In this video, Perseverance watches its friend Ingenuity, finds circular markings on the ground, and spots a sombrero on Mars. Perseverance is finishing up activities at the Dream Lake site. This area is rich in olivine crystals. Nearby, the rover spots something incredible. It's a rock that resembles a crab claw. On Sol 893, the rover is instructed to perform another abrasion on the ground. The operation is successful and the patch is photographed. Perseverance stops to admire its work and checks the tool for damage. As night falls, the rover continues to examine the abrasion patch. When lit with the rover's UV lighting, the patch shows more olivine crystals. Meanwhile, Ingenuity performs a short hop. Our little helicopter friend is getting closer to the ancient riverbed. The goal is to investigate this area. Due to the deep sand deposits, much of the riverbed will be impassable for Perseverance. The team will have to be extremely cautious when navigating around it. Luckily, the sand poses no danger to Ingenuity. The helicopter takes stunning color images from the air. The crater rim is visible in the distance. In this image, we can see the ancient river channel carving its way through the crater rim. Back on the ground, Perseverance spots a dust devil. The video is sped up by a factor of 20, and the dust devil is estimated to be around 200 feet or 60 meters wide. Ingenuity takes off again, gaining more ground toward Neretva Vallis. The team at NASA is pushing the little helicopter to get to the ancient river channel as quickly as possible. Ingenuity captures a color image from the air. The crater rim can be seen in the distance. The rover is instructed to catch up with Ingenuity, but spots a strange rock. Perseverance can't help but stop and take a high-definition mosaic. However, the NASA team is eager for the rover to move on. Perseverance waves goodbye to the unnamed rock, which we can see on the right, and sets off on a long drive. On the way, the rover sends back some images of the accumulated dust over its 3-year journey. This level of dust accumulation is average and should pose no danger to the mission. Perseverance is driving over rugged terrain. Boulders surround the rover and its options are limited. In this image, we can see that the rover is driven straight over a rock. Some of these rocks are highly unusual. The official name for this one is Middle Mountain. However, due to its resemblance to the classic hat, it gained the nickname Sombrero Rock. This rock captivates the scientific team here on Earth, as it could be an example of case hardening on Mars. Case hardening is when the outer layer of a rock gets harder than the inside because of reactions to things like water or chemicals. Then, when the rock starts to wear away, it wears away more from the softer inside, leaving behind fantastic shapes on the outside. The rover has passed a critical threshold. It has successfully left the perilous Boulder field and is now entering a region known as the Mandu Wall. This is the closest the rover has ever been to the crater rim, and Perseverance has now successfully traversed over 20 kilometers or nearly 12.5 miles. In this new region, the rover immediately begins to see new types of rocks. This one appears to form a perfect circle. The NASA team is still determining what could have caused this. While the rover investigates, Ingenuity takes off for flight number 58. During the flight, which lasts just under 2 minutes, Ingenuity takes an incredible color image, again showing Neretva Vallis, the ancient river channel. With each flight, the helicopter is getting closer. Back on the ground, Perseverance takes a high-quality mosaic of a rock near the circular features. The rock contains hundreds of small nodules, similar to the type of rock we saw back on Sol 874 at Dream Lake, which contained olivine crystals. The rover takes a full circle panorama so we can see this area more clearly. In the distance, we can see the Neretva Vallis channel. The curved nature of the rocks in this area is of great interest to the team back at NASA. They ordered Perseverance to take a high-definition mosaic. What could have caused the circular features in this area? Is it possible that these angular rocks are evidence of microbial life? Perseverance is eager to investigate, but it has another job to do right now. Ahead of flight number 59, Perseverance spots its friend. Now that Perseverance has a good line of sight, the team at NASA orders the rover to capture a video of Ingenuity's next flight. The helicopter gets right to it. It's a hover flight, and the team is interested in pushing Ingenuity's boundaries. They have pre-instructed it to fly to a new record height of 20 meters or 66 feet. Our little helicopter friend flies up in stages, gaining height and then taking a second to rest. The flight is a resounding success, and Perseverance is eager to return to its investigation of the circular rocks. First, however, the NASA team wants the rover to take a sample from the rock with many tiny nodules. Perseverance uses its rock abrasion tool and then takes some pictures of the patch. While the NASA team examines the images, Perseverance creates a high-definition panorama of the Mandu Wall region. We can see the Neretva Vallis channel and even our little helicopter friend. Can you spot it? Perseverance looks back at the recently abraded rock and is ordered to take a drill sample. Perseverance immediately gets to work. The whole process takes about 23 minutes in real time. The drilling is a success. The rover captures an image of the rock sample. Ingenuity takes off yet again. It's really moving now. The flight lasts over 2 minutes, and the helicopter takes more color images. Here, we can see the banks of what used to be the Neretva Vallis River channel. Meanwhile, Perseverance is once again studying the rock with the circular marking. The team at NASA determines that the rock is geologic in origin and shows no sign of past microbial life. Spheroidal weathering is the most likely explanation. However, the rock is undoubtedly fascinating, having an almost perfect circle carved into it. Rocks such as these can trigger our imaginations and are a part of what we are here to find on Mars. Perseverance looks toward a small hill. In the middle ground, we can see a rock showing signs of stratification. This may have been caused by water or the wind depositing minerals and creating this layered structure. NASA orders Ingenuity to perform another hover flight. The team is gathering valuable data and pushing boundaries again. This time, Ingenuity flies to a new record height of 24 meters or 79 feet. Nearby the rover is another exciting rock. Perseverance takes a high-definition image. Once again, the rock contains hundreds of small nodules, which seem to be a common occurrence in this area. The rover further examines the surface of the rock using its Watson camera. The camera provides a better view of this miniature landscape. Perseverance is now ready to take a drill sample. First, the rover abrades the rock. The operation is successful and reveals an exciting patch. The patch contains what looks like hydrated silica. This is interesting because it holds the greatest potential for finding biosignatures. As usual, the rover checks the abrasion tool for any damage. The tool has now performed over 22 abrasions in its nearly 3-year life on Mars. Perseverance takes a high-definition image of part of the rock. The nodules continue. There are thousands. The rover gets a closer look using its Watson camera. Meanwhile, Ingenuity takes to the skies for Flight 62 and captures another breathtaking image. The image looks back down the delta face, reminding us that we are now on higher ground. Perseverance takes a drill sample. The team at NASA names the sample the Lefroy Bay sample. This sample will be stored aboard the rover and hopefully delivered to the sample return mission, which could fetch this sample back to Earth. As Perseverance starts another long drive, it's surrounded by rocks and must carefully choose a path. In this image, we can see that the rover has driven over many rocks. Meanwhile, Ingenuity performs a few more flights and is now closer than ever to the ancient river channel. Flight 64 provides the best color image yet of Neretva Vallis. You can clearly see the banks of the channel and the small tributary channel where the helicopter will land. Some would argue that the helicopter has landed in the ancient river. Could this small raised sandbar have once been an island in Mars history? Perseverance certainly has some catching up to do. For now, however, the rover is busy investigating the sand. You can see holes where the rover trained its laser. The rover takes a closer look using its supercam. Perseverance also spends a few days looking at the sky. Mars has thin clouds similar to cirrus clouds here on Earth, but they're made of ice and not water. The cold and thin atmosphere means that there's very little water vapor, so if all the water in the atmosphere were gathered, it would be thinner than a human hair. A solar conjunction is fast approaching. Mars will be behind the Sun and contact with Earth will be lost. Perseverance is looking for a good parking spot. Ingenuity performs a quick up and down flight before the conjunction and takes a color image. The image shows the dunes in the Neretva Vallis tributary channel. This area would be perilous for Perseverance. As the conjunction begins, Perseverance stops all driving. The team at NASA doesn't want to risk any signals being scrambled by the Sun and Perseverance misinterpreting a message. The rover takes a detailed panorama while stationary. The team at NASA will receive this picture once the conjunction is finished. In the next episode, disaster strikes the Ingenuity helicopter as part of its rotor is ripped off. We will explore what happened and why. Is our little helicopter friend grounded forever? Or does NASA have another plan? We'd like to thank our patrons for supporting this historical series. Below is the link to join the community. Click here to see the next episode. Thanks for watching, Elder Fox. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.